So I'm back again with another tweet from an Asian woman, Diane Yap. I did a story about her once before, but she seems to be really fixated on the Black community. Now, she was responding to someone who was responding to someone else who made a statement, I'm paraphrasing, about Asian restaurant owners catching rats and, using them in the restaurant. And then the person that Diane was responding to said, well, that'd be such a bad business model because in essence, it's cheaper to just buy chicken than it would be to go around catching rats, to serve up and all of that. And so Diane said this, right, no wonder they have to rely on Asian-run businesses in their neighborhoods if this is any indication of their business sense. So she's basically justifying why Asians need to be in our community and that we rely heavily on them and that we have no business sense. Well, let's keep it a buck, Diane. We know why you guys are in our neighborhood because y'all know, and I kind of agree with her to some degree on certain things, but she knows that it's easy money. They know they can set up shop in our communities. They don't have to do a whole lot of advertising because we are just going to go in there, right? And also, we know that there's not a lot of other options in Black neighborhoods like Black grocery stores and a whole lot of good Black restaurants and clothing shops and just all the other stuff that we would need to survive, right? So they set up shop in there. And the other thing, Diane, that you were not mentioning is y'all people come over here and y'all get a whole lot of help, whether it's governmental loans and just favor in general, right? The government looks favorably on y'all and they help y'all succeed in addition to giving y'all bills specifically for y'all, right? So as far as our business sense, yeah, there's a little truth to it, but it's not as much true as it is for the people in your community that don't have good business sense, right? Now, we should have businesses in our community, and I think that we would if, for one, we are not still suffering rather from the results of slavery. Now, I know some people are saying, well, slavery has been over a long time ago, but if you follow Dr. Joy DeGruy, she talks about post-traumatic slave syndrome and that we are still suffering the effects from slavery, right? And so we don't have the unity that you have, Diane, in your community where you guys can practice group economics and all those other things. And so there's a lot more going on than y'all have to just set up shop in our neighborhood and we rely on y'all. First of all, some of the stuff y'all have in our neighborhood, in fact, I would venture to say most of it is not good for us and you know it. And as I said too, no shade to anybody, just me personally. Now living in the South, I never really heard of a chicken and rice house until I got to the South, and they're kind of like everywhere. So I asked somebody, I'm like, well, what's going on with the chicken and rice house? And they said, oh, they give you a whole bunch of chicken and rice and it's really cheap. And I'm like, people eating there? Because I'm not one to want to eat cheap food, especially if they're giving me a lot of it. Now, I'm not saying that they're serving, rats or anything like that. That I am not saying. But even if it's chicken, it's like, is it quality food? I would venture to say it's not quality food because if it was, then they would bump up the price on that stuff and they wouldn't be giving you a whole, tray full where you couldn't even close the tray up. And so, again, Diane is speaking about things she has no knowledge of. But I tell you what, Diane, if you have a problem with anything that's going on in the Black community, you should tell your people, close up shop and go serve chicken and rice in your neighborhoods. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.